Hello. Hey guys. What? Where am I? Hello? There we are. What the? Just saying, what the frick, dude? Hey guys. Hey Dom. Hey Mama Bear. Hey Tony. How you guys doing? Oh boy. Sorry, I got the burps. Got the burpees. Dom, by the way, thank you for the gift on Throne earlier, bastard. Doing about to sleep. Had to make sure I popped in though. Well, I'm glad you did, man. Bastard. Hope you're doing well. Kakuru was telling me that he wants to do some more Total War Warhammer. So we're gonna have to play some at some point. I told Kakuru that I would just play Nakai and kill him turn 10. But I was joking, of course. I'd definitely be down to play some though. Turn 10, bro has to take his turns first. Yeah. Nakai is the first one to take his turn, I'm pretty sure, in the order. He's also pretty darn strong right off the bat, I'm pretty sure, because he gets like a really nice army. I also said, well, if Nakai is not near enough, and I would do Torox. I would just like count how many turns it would take to get Torox down to where he was. Hey, Space. Brother, what in God's fuck is that title? What do you mean? You've got eyes, you can read it, can't you? I'm paying homage to my dear friend Pally. Or saying Kakru takes 30 years to make a decision. I wouldn't say that. I say Kakru definitely plays too fast in that game. At least from the time I've played with him, he seemed like he plays too fast. Hey, Curleen. Scrub, what is his title? Why is everyone asking me about the title? You can clearly read. Curleen, you write scripts. You can read. You can read the title. You're a big curly fry. You can read it. How y'all doing? I'm doing good, man. I just got back from running errands with Mom. Wanted to sit down and have fun. Oh, by the way, guys. Well, I need to actually check. I think, anyway, have alerts set up. I have alerts set up. I don't have alerts set up for channel points. I have alerts set up for follows, subscriptions. I don't have one set up for gifted subs. It's just the default one. I have one set up for raids, and I have one set up for bits as well. But that's it right now. So I have that set up. Hey Crow. Hey Horizon. How you guys doing? So I have alerts set up. I don't know if they'll play. I don't know if they'll play correctly. Oh, actually, we can figure this out. Here, hold on. Guys, I'm gonna. Shh. All right, here's the follow alert. I'm gonna see if I can send this and if it'll work. Let me know if you. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what I thought was gonna happen. Okay, hold on. That's exactly what I thought was gonna happen. Okay, thank you, Dom. Hold on, I got before you guys try to do anything else. Okay, I gotta fix this real quick. I need to add a first of all I need to do this. Where's browser source alerts? Add that. That goes on the top, and I need to add an audio application audio capture. Yeah, for alerts. Sorry, hold on. I think I need to set up an audio capture for my. Oh, fuck, can I not? Can I not set up an audio capture for OBS? Is that not a thing I can do? Fuck. Discard. Shit. Okay, hold on. There's got to be an audio on an audio output capture. Wait, what if I just did this? What if I adjusted my desktop? Oh, fuck. No! 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 Alright, I'll just have to do this for now. And turn this off, I guess. Just for the time being. Okay, here, I'll play that again. I'll send a test alert here. You guys can see it, maybe.
Nice work, bitch!
Okay, it didn't show up on screen. Oh, no, it did show up on screen. It's just over there for some reason. Okay, I see. Make this.
Nice work, bitch!
Yeah, there it is. I'll put it at the top. No, I'll put it right here. Right here's fine. Yeah, that's the that is the bits alert. That's a voice line from Escape from Tarkov. Here is the follow alert. It's got a little funny picture with it too. It's a picture my friend Livid drew of me. That's a little big. Hold on. Make this a little bit smaller. Make this smaller, and then let me make the text bigger. Or actually, the text can stay the same size. It doesn't need to be that big on that side. That one. That's a jingle from Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. That's the save jingle. Isn't that fun? And then here's the subscription alert. If you guys can tell me where this sound alert is from, then you win my respect. But here's the subscription alert. It might be a little bit loud. Honestly, it is definitely a little bit loud, but I'm going to turn these down a little bit now. I know it, but from where? Oh. Here it is again. You told me a couple days ago, so I don't think it counts. Yeah, I did tell you a little while ago, didn't I, Vi? Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. You guys know it. Sounds like from one of the Yakuza games. It is from one of the Yakuza games. It is from Yakuza Like a Dragon. That is Ichiban Kasuga. After having passed an exam in the vocational school minigame. I love Ichiban. I love Ichiban so much. Honestly, I think I like Ichiban more than I like Kiryu. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely adore Kiryu. I love him. He's one of my favorite all-time characters of any piece of media. But Ichiban is just so much more. I love him. The music back on. And now we've got sound alerts. We've got alerts that mostly work, and I can hear them now. The only issue right now is I don't have any alerts for channel points yet, because I've yet to figure out how to do the channel point alert yet. At least the way I want to. Scrub, you gonna babysit me playing through all the titles in the Yakuza series someday? No, I'm sorry, man. I can't dedicate several years of my life to that. I will babysit. Okay. I don't know what that alert was for, but that was a gifted sub. It didn't play the gifted sub. Oh my god! Thank you for following. Is it like the alerts messed up? Oh no! Oh no! There's the follow alert. Space, thank you for the gifted sub. I don't know why I didn't play the... Oh, it's because I don't have the gifted sub thing set up. What the hell was that? Oh, it's a goal. Okay. Guys, I'm turning off the goal alert. I forgot to turn that one off. Also, I'm turning off the hype train alert because it scared the hell out of me. It scared me. They're so loud. Hey, Scrub, this is Mel on my Hubs computer. I'm hijacking it while I'm working from home. Ah, hello, Mel. How it goes? It goes well, pal. I got some alerts set up, which is very nice. Right, I need to set up a gifted subs alert. I don't have one yet. Oh yeah, here's the raid alert, by the way. It's another Ace Attorney soundbite. Just because it sounds cool and high octane. I think it's fun. It's probably gonna change, but I like it. Nice, that's awesome. It is awesome. It won't be awesome, really, because I'm going to be turning them off for the stream tomorrow. I don't want the alerts interrupting me during the games. Hey, Vi. Scrub on that Ace Attorney. Yeah, dude, I love, dude. Ace Attorney is so good. It's so good, guys. It's criminally underrated. The writing is great. The localization is great. The characters are fun and memorable. The gameplay is, well, what little gameplay there is, it's very engaging and fun. I like it. And the music is so fucking good. Hey, Smart Alec. Scoots and undetected. I'm sorry, pal. You got detected immediately. Using OBS, I can remember setting it up a separate scene collection for D&D versus gaming. Oh yeah, no, Mel, way ahead of you. Way ahead of you. I've already got it set up like that. Metal Gear Solid detection ping, yeah. Yeah, I've got 2 different collections. I would actually, I could maybe. No, I'm not gonna do that. I have both a separate collection for Pathfinder and also a separate profile on OBS because I stream to a different YouTube channel on OBS for the Pathfinder stuff. D&D tomorrow? Fuck D&D? Fuck no, dude. No D&D. Pathfinder space. We got Pathfinder tomorrow. Yeah, we got Pathfinder tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wrath of the Ghost King. It'll be at 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern. And then next Saturday is Return of the Arc Lord, which is also at 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern. Fuck do I know, mate? I never had the chance to do any of that. Well, now's your fucking chance to learn, boy. I thought Pathfinder was a type of D&D. No. I'll forgive you this one time, Space, since you gifted subs, and, you know, I'm, you know, so flattered, and I love you so much, but, just don't let it happen again, okay? What's a Pathfinder, Smart Aleck? In short, it is a tabletop role-playing game system that is infinitely better than D&D. At least in my humble opinion. But it's purely subjective. I will say, though, on a purely objective standpoint, the company that owns Pathfinder is much less scummy than the company that owns D&D. So. Hey, Axie! Axie! What's up? How you doing, pal? It's because the company that owns Pathfinder is Paizo, which is a delightful company who is very, well, they're very diverse. They're not like a big, huge corporation. They put out tons of content. They put a lot of love into their writing and stuff like that. Their system. They're also very like, you know, LGBT friendly. They're very like they're very nice people, and they're, you know, the stuff that they, you know, their books and shit go on sale. They make a lot of books. They have really good shit, and they don't send the Pinkertons to your house whenever you open a box of cards. Yeah, Subnautica, dude. Yeah, dude, that's fucked up. It's fucked up, dude. Fucking, dude. Wizards of the Coast. I think I forgot exactly what happened, but they got like they replaced their CEO with like a former like Halo CEO, like Halo is in the video game CEO. Hold on, I gotta look this up real quick. Hey, Pally. Pally, rat thrower, car having Palilius. No, Google, I'm not interested in your fucking trash AI. Is it Wizards of the Coast or was it Hasbro? Hold on. Halo CEO. Andy. Let me look at this. Former Halo executive is now head of D&D and says it's moving to a full franchise model. So yeah, that sounds lots of fun. Scrubmodius, Scrubosaurus, Scrub VA, YouTube. You rang. You're never gonna let her live down the rat thing, are you? Never. Never. Listen, the rat thrower incident is locked in my heart as a just a like quintessential Pally moment. The rat throw was infamous, dude. That rat throw changed lives, at least in that run. It changed all of our characters' lives by killing them. You guys just had to be there. I'm sorry. You guys just had to be there. I was there in the chat. Yeah, I know you were, Vi. Just everyone else. Everyone going, you know, hitting me with question marks whenever I say rat thrower, you know? If I had a nickel for every time me throwing a rat became a serious inside joke in a friend group, I'd have 2 nickels. What the? What was the other one? Have you ever heard of a game called Rat Shaker? Oh yeah, I watched one of my favorite streamers play through it. Yeah. That game is so funny because the dude who voice acted that rat had to have so much fun with it. Like he had to have so much fun with it. It was so unbelievably funny. Just listening to that audio. Just like you shake the rat and it goes, oh, 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 oh. And then you can also choke the rat. And believe it or not, the rat makes a choking noise where he goes, you know? But it goes on for like 3 minutes straight. An actual D&D campaign I was in, there was a magic tree in an abandoned dwarf town, and to make sure the tree wasn't instant death, I threw a rat at it. Damn. Well, was it instant death? Yeah, Mel, it's so fucking funny. Shockingly, yes, it was instant death. Wow. I guess both occasions it was instant death, huh? Guys, after the last stream where I played Uma Musume unironically on stream, Uh, I got a message from I got a DM from Jersey that was just a picture of like the winning screen of like completing the final race with Haru like dancing around in first place, and he's like, he said, Haru won the finals. Let's fucking go. I'm like, yes, let's go, dude. Let's fucking go. It was really funny. Wait, you did do that stream? Yeah. Like Tuesday. There was a sparking tree in our old D&D party. In order to see if it was going to kill us or not, we took our wizard and my ranger and our druid, threw him into the tree because he was immune to electric shock for a moment. So we judged how far away from the tree do we need to be. Ah. What is that brick in the chat? My brother in Christ, that's just like 2 sentences. That's 2 sentences. In my defense, the chat is thin. I think maybe, Space, your head is thick, actually. I'm kidding. My Twitch is being mean to me because it keeps buffering, so I'm going to have to dip. Okay, Alec, I'm sorry, bud. You take care. Thank you all. I'll try to have a good stream. Plan today, guys, is to do some voice acting. I have a script I need to get done. I need to get it done. And whenever I finish that, depending on how I feel, I might do some more recording, but it depends on how I feel. Sometimes it helps to turn down the quality. Yeah, I mean, honestly, this stream doesn't need to be very high quality. Like, let's be honest, this stream does not need to be that high quality. You're not going to miss out on any you know, high fidelity graphics on this stream. You're going to see me bapping my controller, and then in a little bit I'm going to pull up Audacity and a script, and that'll be about it. Oh my god. Did you guys hear that? Oh, I got the hiccups. There's no toggle for the Gators quality. Oh my god. Help. Help. Maybe they're gone. Hiccups before voice acting, that's crazy. Yeah, right? It's because I took a drink of this fucking soda, dude. Dude, soda makes me hiccup so bad. So I picked up another bottle of the, that delicious tamarind soda. It's so good. That him burping the number of times I heard back in the edit is ridiculous. I'm very conscious about my mouth noises when I'm recording, and I immediately stop the recording and cut them as soon as I notice them. Like, notice I'm making them. I'm pretty aware of it. Thankfully. Do 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 do. Oh, Pwincess. Oh, Pwincess. It might be time to start recording, Pwincess. What do you do to mitigate them when you hear them? My mouth won't shut up. It relentlessly yaps while I'm yapping. What mouth noises? I have like a very strict amount of like filters on my like live filters on my Audacity when I'm recording, which usually catches a lot of them. But with specifically like loud ones that I notice, I will just go in there and cut them out, like surgically remove them. Or if it's like if my mouth is like making a lot of wet noises, then you know, it's a bit of an issue. Usually, what I end up doing is I tend to record with like a low volume, like a lower volume, but just use a compressor to boost the, the volume back up. So whenever you're recording at a lower volume, like at like a lower gain, the quieter noises that you would normally hear on like a, higher volume, like your mouth noises or like, clicking or sniffing or whatever, by lowering your recording volume, typically all your microphone will pick up will be just like your speech. And then you can bump that up with a compressor to just bring it back up to like a normal like audio with no loss in quality. Here, I'll show you right now, Mel, because I'm quite proud of myself of this. Let me turn off the music real quick and pull up Audacity here, because I specifically have an Audacity project saved for that has like my filters preset. Let me pull this up here. We'll just do display capture. All right, here's Audacity. The shitty thing about this is I have to reset all of the modes on some of these things, but that's fine. So I have a noise gate. This is my compressor. And then I have a second noise gate, believe it or not. Another noise gate. It's because this one's a lot better, like catching like outside noise, like room noise, and this one's really good at catching like mouth noise. And then I have an EQ, which is real wacky looking. Don't look at that. I'm still fumbling with that. And then I have a limiter. So let me turn off my fan here, and you'll see. So we'll say what's something I can say here? Here, I'll pull this up. Pull up the ingredients of a bottle of Jarritos Tamarind Natural Flavor Soda. Carbonated water, cane sugar, natural flavor, citric acid, caramel color, potassium sorbate, preservative, polydextrose dietary fiber, stevia leaf extract. Now, I'm going to turn off all of these just so you can hear what this audio sounds like raw. Carbonated water, cane sugar, natural flavor, citric acid, caramel color, potassium sorbate, preservative, polydextrose dietary fiber, stevia leaf extract. So honestly, they kind of sounded pretty clean as is. I'll be completely honest. It sounded pretty clean. There was some mouth noises I could detect in there, though. Oh, it's because I didn't turn these off. What am I doing? Turn them off. Turn them off. Turn them off. Carbonated water, cane sugar. Yeah, there we go. Now they're off. Carbonated water, cane sugar, natural flavor, citric acid, caramel color, potassium sorbate, preservative, polydextrose, dietary fiber, stevia leaf extract. So that time, you can not only hear my mouth noises, but you can also hear me intaking breath, and you can also hear my other fan that's in my room that I haven't turned off. But then, with all of these on, carbonated water, cane sugar, natural flavor, citric acid, caramel color, potassium sorbate. So yeah, it's pretty clean. You can still hear some mouth noises. I could probably mitigate those by just going like... Well, you guys didn't see it, but basically I took out my tongue and wiped it on my fucking hand. Just like, physically remove some of the moisture from my mouth. So it's not so wet. Or, you know, you could also turn the audio down just a little bit more. Like, I could turn the audio down a bit. Like, I could even turn it down, like, right here, and you could probably hear less of the mouth noise. Carbonated water, cane sugar, natural flavor. Yeah. So, if I turn all these off, we'll do a test here. Carbonated water. Turn this back up so you guys can hear everything. Carbonated water, cane sugar, natural flavors. Now, if I turn on the noise gate, carbonated water, cane sugar, natural flavor, citric acid, caramel color, potassium sorbate, preservative. So that cuts out some of the fan noise in the back. Carbonated water, but you can still clearly hear the fan noise, right? With the other noise gate, though, non-existent. Carbonated water. Yeah, that's why I have two noise gates. And then with the compressor, this might actually hurt your ears. It might be really loud here. I'm not sure. Carbonated water, yeah, cane sugar, natural flavor, citric acid, caramel color, potassium sorbate, preservative, polydextrose, dietary fiber. So what the compressor is doing is the compressor is essentially trying to make the quieter noises louder. It is compressing the audio. It is making the quieter noises louder. It is like bringing up the detected audio, like what it can hear, and making it louder and clearer according to my my settings here. I have the gain bumped up, so it makes it louder. And then I put on the limiter to make sure it doesn't, get too loud. Carbonated water, cane sugar. Well, I think that kind of fucked it up. Carbonated water, cane sugar, natural flavor, citric acid, caramel color, potassium sorbate, preservative, polydextrose, dietary fiber, stevia leaf extract. So you could kind of see on this thing, anytime you can see this carbonated water, this yellow bar sugar, at the top move, natural flavor, citric acid, that means there was a peak in the audio that would have made the audio sound bad. The limiter kind of keeps that down. I actually probably should turn this down a little bit more. Set this down to negative 9.4. Carbonated water, cane sugar. Did that make it louder? Did it increase it? Carbonated water. Yeah, I need to decrease it. Sorry. I had to go the other way. My bad. We'll do 7. Now we'll do 6.9 because that's funny. Carbonated water, cane sugar. Yeah, that's much more comfortable. And then the equalizer just makes makes it sound a lot better. Carbonated water, cane sugar. I usually use the equalizer to cut out a lot of the bassy noise out of my fucking voice. Because my voice is very bassy. Never had a ton of luck with compressors. I end up over digitizing. Yeah, it's because you really should use a compressor with a limiter. And you really shouldn't use a lot of like the compressor features like this shit. You should just use the compressor as a means to make like quieter audio louder. Like this is how you do a really good like yelling take whenever you are like recording. If you want to yell, then what you want to do is well, you can also have a limiter. Limiter also helps you with this. Just like you can just have a limiter for yelling. But I'm going to turn my gain like really, really far down. So I probably sound a little quieter now. I'm assuming anyway. And I'm going to go carbonated water, cane sugar, citric acid, and some other bullshit. Now this still might sound a little like blown out because I was yelling at the microphone and not like off the microphone, but you know, it'll still sound probably decent. Carbonated water, cane sugar, citric acid, and some other bullshit. So yeah, that's how you get a good yelling line whenever you're recording. Don't you lose some quality on the higher end of the spectrum that way, though? What do you mean for like using compressors? Not usually, unless it depends on. It probably might depend on like how you're recording your audio, but for the most part, no. This is super helpful. Thanks, Rob. No problem, pal. No problem. This is from years and years of trial and error. And these real-time effects are super good. You can get these real-time effects. I got them from a plug-in a plug-in pack from Reaper. Like the other audio editing software, they have a Reaper plug-in pack for Audacity. You can get it on the Audacity website. It's very good. It's very good. Hey, Tonks. Love how I came in and that and that's how you do a good yelling take. Very helpful, Twitch. You Tonks, want me to redo it so you can see? I can show you. I was just showing Mel my my Audacity setup. Yeah, Mel on her husband's account. It's all in the compressor, baby. It's all in the compressor. Compressor? Okay. Anyway, let's do some recording, shall we? Let's do some recording, shall we? A truncated version would be helpful, but I know you're trying to get to stuff. Oh, dude, it's fine. It's very simple. Here's my setup. I have two noise gates. So I have a noise gate that's like a hard leveled noise gate, and then I have like a kind of funny noise gate that kind of does its job, but I don't really know what exactly is going on here. I just know it works. Then I have a compressor, and a limiter. These two are the working components of my setup. The compressor makes... oh, wait. I should have this on screen, huh? That would help. Noise gate. Noise gate. Funny noise gate with a knob. Compressor. This is basically just to make... like, I turned down my gain to record normally. And so this will bring up the audio. And then a limiter. The limiter's job is to make sure the audio does not peak no matter how loud I get. So now, if I were to turn my gain way down, I probably sound very different now. And I start yelling into the microphone. This is me yelling. I'm yelling at the microphone. I turn my gain back up because I don't want to yell anymore. You can see. And I start yelling into the microphone. This is me yelling. I'm yelling at the microphone. You can see it's a pretty damn clean take without, you know, absolutely burning your audio. Yelling at the microphone, but it's okay because it's getting recorded. Exactly. Exactly. All right. All right, gang. We are going to start recording for real. For real. For real. Yeah. For a real. This is a script for Choyer. The Book of Choyer, which is the Warhammer lore channel that I work for. I've worked there for 5 years now. We are going to be doing narration for a video on the Death Guard. This is Warhammer 40k. I've already done a good portion of this script, and I need to finish it. There are 10 more pages I gotta do. So, we're gonna try and burn through all of it today. Thank you so much, Scrub. You're welcome. I know you're gonna screenshot those levels. It's not even really like that much of like a you know, like a science to it. Like pretty much, as long as you have a compressor, and you don't fuck with the compressor too much, and you have a limiter that is counteracting the suppressor in a way, and you're turning down your overall gain, then you're good. Like it doesn't have to be like an exact science. 10 more pages. Yeah, 10 more pages. 10 more pages. Also, by the way, guys, this is not something I usually talk about, but I you know, obviously I know a few things about audio engineering. If you also want some directing help, then please feel free to let me know. I've also been told I'm a pretty good director for like voice direction and stuff like that. So let me know. And I love doing it because it's a lot of fun. Scrub, you know not what you've done. I know what I've done. I know what I am, Mel. Okay. I'm standing up. I'm putting my desk into attack mode. Okay, guys. I'm going to be doing narration, so I'm going to sound completely different from my normal self. Directing is fun. You get to tell all you get to yell at your VA friends and tell them to do it better. I don't usually do that. I don't like yelling at anyone or telling them that they need to do better. I would just say like, let's do that one again. I would say like, let's do that. Let's do that take again, or try doing this take like this, or imagine this while you're doing that take. You know, I'm definitely going to ask you to direct me then, and you're going to get paid for it because commissions. You know, I had the urge to fight. I had there is something, there's someone, some part of me that says, "Son, you have to fight back. You have to fight back against this." But Mel, I think I would have to think twice against you. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be completely honest. I think you put up a hell of a fight back. You know what I mean? All right. Water on standby. Fan on standby if I get too warm. I might need to take off my shirt. All right, let's go. I'm going to turn the display capture back on. Here's the script. Here's the Audacity. Can I bring my little idiot up here? I can. Hi, it's me. Actually, let's not do that. That's dumb. I don't want to move my little guy. So I'm just gonna have this screen up right here. Proud of you for not fighting. You wouldn't win. I believe that. All right. Oh, actually, let me do my warm up real quick, guys. If you don't know, if you don't know yet, here my warm up is really funny. My vocal warm up is really goofy, but it makes my voice deeper, or at least it doesn't make my voice deep. It makes me reach a deeper level. All right. Bing bong. Ding dong. Ding bong. Ding kong. All right. Okay. We're at a deeper level now. Are we ready? I told you guys, it's funny. It sounds funny, but it works. Do I sound different now, right? All right. Uh, get some of the moisture out of my mouth. The Death Guard wage war as an implacable, methodical force of attrition. Even before their fall, they specialized in heavy military assaults. You read that wrong? Even before their fall, they specialized in heavy infantry assaults, mass bombardments, and chemical warfare. In the 41st millennium, these traits were taken to the extreme. Death Guard forces advance at a steady, relentless pace. foot slogging through the worst enemy fire, shrugging off wounds that would kill lesser Astartes. Of course, as soon as I go to record, some fuckhead outside starts revving their engine. I gotta check to see if I caught that on the recording. Death Guard forces advance at a steady, relentless pace, foot slogging through the worst enemy fire. There's a bunch of noise in the background. What is this? Death Guard forces advance at a steady, relentless pace, foot slogging through the worst enemy. Okay, I actually have to redo all of this, and I need to turn my gain down even further. Okay. Is this a cold read? Yeah. Yeah, this is a cold read. Alright, let's retry that one. The Death Guard wage war as an implacable, methodical force of attrition. Even before their fall, they specialized in heavy infantry assaults, massed bombardments, and chemical warfare. In the 41st millennium, these traits are taken to the extreme. Death Guard forces advance at a steady, relentless pace, foot slogging through the worst enemy fire, shrugging off wounds that would kill lesser Astartes. They favor no-nonsense weaponry, like bolt guns, plague-infused knives, massive flails and grimy flamers, eschewing finesse for brutal effectiveness. Their resilience is their hallmark, bolstered further by Nurgle's dark blessings of unnatural durability. Death Guard siege breakers will stand in the open breathing... reread that. Pacing's not what I expected. Death Guard siege breakers will stand in the open, breathing poisonous air that sends foes scrambling for rebreathers. They consider battlefield toxins and diseases as tactical assets, shaping the combat zone itself into a deadly hazard for the enemy. In many war zones, the Death Guard deliberately create plague zones, regions saturated with lethal contagion, through the use of alchemical weapons and demonic rites. Death Guard warfare typically opens with long-range bombardment. Redo that one. Death Guard warfare typically opens with long-range bombardment to weaken the foe. They employ corrupted artillery shells and warheads that disperse spore clouds, corrosive slime, and virus bombs on impact. Enemy defenders are thus diseased, disoriented, and demoralized, even before the main attack. Under this cover of filth, waves of... I thought that said pestilent, that's resilient. Waves of resilient plague marines march forward in lockstep, often accompanied by giggling swarms of nurglings underfoot and summoned plague-bearer demons shuffling alongside them. By the time the Death Guard reach striking distance, the foe's guns are often silenced by decay, literally clogged with rust, or their crews bloated with infection. It is then that the legionaries of Nurgle wade in to finish the job with bolter, blade, and plague. This methodical approach exemplifies Mortarian's core teaching. Victory comes through endurance and inevitability, not speed or flamboyance. The Death Guard will gladly trade losses and take their time if it ensures the enemy's ultimate corrosion and collapse. The phone started ringing. I gotta check. The Death Guard will gladly trade losses and take their time if it ensures the enemy's ultimate corrosion and collapse. Okay, I didn't hear the phone ringing in that audio. Okay, good. Thank God. I was gonna throw up. Where a fresh loyalist chapter... Oh, that was too quick. Too quick. Where a fresh loyalist chapter... Someone's making loud noises in the other room. Where a fresh loyalist... Okay, I said that weird. What is wrong with me? Where a fresh loyalist chapter might seek a decisive strike, the Death Guard prefer to grind the foe down over weeks or months. Let's do that one more time. One more time. Where a fresh loyalist chapter might seek a decisive strike, the Death Guard prefer to grind their foe down over weeks or months of ever-worsening conditions. They turn war zones into quarantined hellscapes, then shamble onward once nothing living remains. Imperial tacticians grimly nickname this approach the creeping death, a slow, inexorable doom that advances under a cloak of rot. Let's do that last line, but like a little more like dramatic. A slow, inexorable doom that advances under a cloak of rot. Yeah, that one sounded good. Hair is done and I didn't cut it off. My arms hurt now. Good job, Caroline. Good job. All right, we are now on page 8 of 17. To execute their plague-ridden style of warfare, the Death Guard wield a variety of foul units unique to their legion. Plague Marines, the standard foot soldiers of the Death Guard. Plague Marines are Chaos Space Marines bloated with supernatural disease. They shamble forward in cataphractic armor, corroded emerald and rust. What? They shamble forward in cataphractic armor, corroded emerald. They shamble forward in cataphractic. They shamble forward in cataphractic armor, corroded emerald and rust. Feeling neither pain nor fear. Each Plague Marine's power armor literally festers with infestations. Insects skitter in the eye lenses, and slime seeps from the joints. They commonly wield bolt guns loaded with toxin-tipped rounds, or spray corrosive plague spewers at close range. Plague Marines can absorb wounds that would take out of the action any normal Astartes. Let's rephrase that. Plague Marines can absorb wounds that would take a normal Astartes out of action. They ignore injuries as Nurgle knits their rotten flesh or numbs their nerves. In battle, they advance relentlessly, chanting liturgies to Nurgle, and establish blight zones with their so-called blight grenades, which are improvised explosives filled with noxious filth. The blight grenade is practically a Death Guard art form, with warbands like the Pax Mortis prizing those who brew the most virulent strains. Plague Marine squads often carry specialist champions such as the Plague Surgeon, who harvest genetic material amid the carnage to brew plagues. We do that. who harvest genetic material. Okay, too fast, too fast, too fast, too fast, too fast. Who harvests genetic material. Who harvests genetic material amid the carnage to brew new plagues. Or the icon bearers who hold up banners dripping with disease that invigorates their kin. Ugh. Guys, I'm already getting sweaty. I've only got 5 minutes of recorded audio. I'm sweaty. Help. Help! Help! Help, help, help! Alright. Poxwalkers, poxwalkers. Poxwalkers. These horrors are mindless plague zombies that the Death Guard use as expendable frontline fodder and shock troops. A poxwalker is created from infected human populations, victims of Nurgle's rot or similar maladies who have undergone a hideous transformation. Shambling across the battlefield in reeking hordes, poxwalkers overwhelm the enemy in a tide of rotting bodies. They feel no pain and cannot be reasoned with. Even destroyed limbs won't stop them, as they crawl and bite with whatever remains. Even destroyed limbs won't stop them. As they crawl and bite with whatever remains. According to inquisitorial. According to inquisitorial studies, poxwalkers remain consciously aware of their condition. Let's redo that one. According to inquisitional stories. Inquisitorial, not inquisitional. According to inquisitorial studies, poxwalkers remain consciously aware of their condition. A truly damnable fate, as the victim's soul is trapped in an undead shell, unable to control their plague-ravaged body. Demon engines. The Death Guard fields a macabre armory of demon-infused war machines that augment their slow infantry. Chief among these are the Plague Burst Crawlers. Each of these is squat and heavily armored, with a frontal dozer blade and hull so thick that it can weather the fiercest return fire. In close quarters, Plague Burst Crawlers also sport sponson weapons. Sponson? Sponson. What the fuck does this word mean? Copy. Paste. What the fuck does sponson? A projection on the side of a boat.
Sponson.
Well, learn something new every day. There you go. In close quarters, Plague Burst Crawlers also sport sponson. Let's redo that line. In close quarters, Plague Burst. Fuck. In close quarters, Plague Burst Crawlers also sport sponson weapons that spew disease or shrapnel. The mere sight of these siege engines belching plague smoke has caused panicked routs among Imperial Guard lines. That's a fucked up amount of alliteration there. Plague burst crawlers also sport sponson weapons that spew disease and shrapnel. What the? Guys, I have to take my shirt off. Sorry. Guys, I'm so dedicated. I'm so excited to voice act today that I had to get half naked. Fetid bloat drones. These are eerie flying demon machines that hover above Death Guard hosts like bloated giant insects. A fetid bloat drone is essentially a demonic rotorcraft, a brass and fleshy orb wreathed in buzzing blades, driven by the bound essence of a spiteful Nurgle demon. My tummy growled. My tummy growled. Bloat drones provide close air support and sow terror among the enemy ranks. They are outfitted with various weaponry. Some carry twin heavy blight launchers. No, I skipped a sentence there. They are outfitted with various weaponry. Some carry twin plague spitters, vomiting streams of infectious bile over infantry. Others are armed with... Others are armed with heavy blight launchers that fire explosive spore missiles from afar. Scrub, lock the fuck in. Streams of infectious bile over infantry. Others are armed... Yeah? Others are armed with heavy blight launchers that fire explosive spore missiles from afar. A particularly gruesome variant carries a whirling flesh mower blade on its front. Essentially, a rotating set of scythe blades. Essentially, a rotating set of scythe blades that can mow down squads of foes like a horrible harvester. Terminators. For shock assaults, the Death Guard still maintain contingents For shock assaults, the Death Guard still maintain contingents of Terminator armored veterans, notably the Death Shroud and Blight Lord Terminators. The Death Shroud... My voice is getting weak. Hold on. The Death Shroud were once Mortarian's personal bodyguard. Now, as demon-enslaved hulks, they wield enormous Man-Reaper scythes and alchemunitions to reap victims in close combat. Blightlord Terminators are used as heavy assault infantry, teleporting into enemy strongholds amidst clouds of fetid vapors, encased in rot-marked cataphracti armor, and armed with plague-ridden combi bolters and blades. These Terminators act as inexorable bulwarks, holding key positions or spearheading breaches. Their tactical role is akin to an anvil, unbreakable. Unbreakable, around which the rest of the plague host can maneuver. Many also carry specialized war gear, like plague burst grenades or injector glaives that deliver concentrated toxins into enemy walkers and monsters. What they lack in speed, they make up for in being nearly impossible to dislodge. Even gravely wounded, Blight Lords will fight on. Bodies sustained by parasitic plagues that puppeteer their flesh. In summary, the Death Guard arsenal is not geared for elegance or rapid thrusts. It is built for attrition, area denial, and maximum corruption. Whether by infectious infantry, demon engines, or contagion cults, their victories come when the enemy can no longer stand to fight, literally rotted from within. Imperial tactical notes describe Death Guard battle zones as literal hell. The very air unbreathable, the earth turned to sludge, and the veil between reality and the warp worn thin by constant summoning of Nurgle's minions. If a campaign against the Death Guard drags on, time is always on the side of decay. By the final days, nothing untainted remains, and the sons of Mortarion stand immune at the center of the devastation, surrounded by flies and corpses. And speaking of Mortarion, woo, Death Guard, yeah, let's go Death Guard. Let's hear it for the nasty boys. All right, now I gotta sit down. I've been standing up. I've been standing up this whole time. I gotta sit down now. Ugh. Whew. How much more we got? We're on page 10 of 17. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. 10 of 17. Yeah, we're here. Let's keep going. Mortarion is the Primarch of the Death Guard, and one of Nurgle's most exalted demon princes. Once a fierce warlord who fought to free Barbarous from demonic tyrants, he now exemplifies hypocritical damnation. He became the very tyrant of decay he once despised. As a demon Primarch, Mortarion appears as a towering, winged... I just made a split decision between whether or not I wanted to say winged or winged, and I kind of split the difference and fucked it up. As a demon Primarch, Mortarion appears as a towering, winged figure of death, gaunt and cadaverous, clad in corroded Baroque armor, and draped in a tattered cloak of sickly green. He carries the massive scythe Silence, a blade taller than a man, which can sever souls as easily as flesh, and a heavy lantern-like weapon called the Lantern, that fires concentrated warp plague energy. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I almost fucking chuckled there. A heavy lantern-like weapon called the Lantern. Mortarion's presence is heralded by a poisonous fog, an extension of the terrible atmosphere of Barbarous, and the drone of innumerable corpse flies. In temperament, the Death Lord is somber, bitter, and utterly devoted to Nurgle's creed of entropy. He hates the Emperor and the Imperium with a seething passion, nursing ancient grudges from the Horus heresy. Such is his resentment that the Emperor denied him the chance to slay his adoptive father on Barbarous. Okay, I need to actually redo it. Such as his resentment that the Emperor denied him the chance to slay his adoptive father on Barbarous. Mortarion also bears special enmity toward his ultramarine brothers, Robuti Gilliman, whose realm he nearly corrupted during the Plague Wars. Now ruling from the Plague Planet in the Eye of Terror, Mortarion directs the overall strategy of the Death Guard. He is somewhat isolationist, preferring to cultivate his own diseased domain, but will emerge personally for the most significant campaigns, such as the one where the Death Guard invaded the realm of Ultramar, and where the demonic Primarch of the 14th Legion faced his loyalist brother in a mortal duel. Once First Captain Callus Typhon of the Death Guard, now Typhus is Mortarion's chief lieutenant turned rival. It was Typhon's Twitchweed that damned the Legion. It was Typhon's treachery that damned the Legion at the onset of the heresy, and he was the one to embrace Nurgle's gifts first. And he was the first to embrace Nurgle's gifts on the Terminus Est. In reward, Typhus became host to the Destroyer Hive, a colony of virulent demonic flies that resides in his armored carcass. These insects can erupt forth in swarms, devouring and infecting all around him. Typhus literally carries plagues and corruption wherever he treads. Clad in ancient cataphracti Terminator. Guys, my voice is getting weak. I must keep going. Where he treads. Clad in ancient cataphracti Terminator armor, bloated to Ogren-like proportions, Typhus is a fearsome sight. He wields Master Claw, a giant man-reaper's scythe, similar to Mortarion's, and as a potent psyker to boot. Typhus actively uses warp magic to spread disease. Typhus actively uses his warp magic to spread disease. As Nurgle's herald, he often acts independently, cruising the stars aboard the Plague flagship Terminus Est. Typhus leads the first Plague Company, the Harbingers, and has the title Lord of the Death Guard's Plague Fleet, commanding great respect and fear among Nurgle's followers. His independence has caused friction with Mortarion. Indeed, some say Typhus sees himself as the true chosen of Nurgle, unshackled by Mortarion's brooding grudges. Typhus's personality is cruel, ambitious, and utterly remorseless. He has been responsible for some of the most devastating plague outbreaks in Imperial history, such as the Curse of Unbelief zombie plagues. For example, he personally led the contagion that consumed Forge World, dumbass. For example, he personally led the contagion that consumed Forge World Metallica. That consumed Forge World Metallica, turning billions of machine-adoring humans into droning plague thralls. Typhus is often called the Traveler because he ranges widely, while Mortarion fortifies the scourged stars. Typhus ensures that no corner of the galaxy is safe from Nurgle's touch. Imperial scholars consider him one of the single most dangerous Chaos Lords at large, as unpredictable as he is seemingly unkillable. It is darkly ironic that Typhus still nominally holds the title of Captain of the Terminal Est and the First Plague Company, titles from an earlier age, when he swore loyalty to Mortarion. In truth, Typhus's only loyalty now is to Grandfather Nurgle, and the fulfillment of the Plague God's pestilential schemes. I think I have to stop there. I think I have to stop here. Project. Death Guard 4-2. Okay. Oh my god. So tired. Oh, it's only been an hour and a half. Oh man. That was what, like an hour, not even an hour long recording session? Yeah, wow. Hold on a second, chat. Put some music back on. I'm gonna put some music back on real quick. And I gotta turn my fan on. I'm sweating. Sweating profusely. Guys, I don't think I can go on. I didn't expect this to be a long stream anyway, but I'm exhausted. So we're going to end the stream. Earlier than I wanted, but you know, whatever. An hour and a half? That's nothing to sneeze at. So we're going to end the stream. I'm going to raid someone real quick. I'm going to send you at somebody. Who's live? Who's live? Come on. Jersey's live. I'm sending you guys to go raid Jersey, okay? Go on. Get out of here. Go say hi to Jersey for me. Tell him I said I'm so proud of Haru Urara. Alright? Bye, everyone.